Hello guys, this is Asphyxia from r4p3.net. I know it has been over a month since I made my last video, and for that I apologize very, very fucking much. I have been wrapped up with prepping for my final exams, which I just had my psychology exam yesterday, like technically today, but in 15 minutes it'll be yesterday. What the fuck ever. I have been working and just like school, work, girlfriend, family, and just like somehow trying to have a life. It's crazy. I know that is an awful excuse, and you guys probably don't care about that anyways, but let's go ahead and start off. I've come back with a fresher idea of how I want to continue my tutorials going forward. We will be using Docker, okay? And I have to give a big shout out to Jessica, Jessie, Jess, whatever her name is. If you know her, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, it doesn't matter. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and click install Docker for Windows. From here, there is a stable channel. I am going for the stable channel. This is, I don't want to take too many risks, you know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah, these are released once per quarter. We could get on the edge if we wanted to. These are released once a month. Then there's the legacy edge installer. But dude, what the hell? Let's go stable, right? So we're gonna install this, and once we run this and get this all set up, we're gonna agree, just install all this trash. The idea here is that once we have this installed and it's going and whatnot, it's good. So they're not meant to be used side by side with Docker for Windows. Blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever, man. This stuff is not important here. What is important though is coming back into here, and it's telling us that we need to start our favorite shell. For example, cmd.exe, PowerShell, whatever it is. And then we should check the version of Docker that we've got. So in order to do that, it's just Docker space hyphen version, or Docker space dash version, however you want to say that is there. But let's go out to my desktop quick and make sure that was not installing this entire time. Wow. Really? So whatever. So Docker is starting. Hyper-V feature is not enabled. Do you want to enable it for Docker to be able to work properly? Your computer will restart automatically. Note, VirtualBox will no longer work. Fuck. I kind of want to hit OK. Okay, fuck. Hello guys, so now that I have restarted my machine and we've got Docker running with Hyper-VM, let's go ahead and just take a look here real quick at what's going on. I went through this a little bit beforehand. I didn't want to come in here and just be like, what the hell am I doing? So I have a little better understanding of Docker, how it all works. But I wanted to point out a really annoying issue with Windows 10 and the way that you will have a process ID that is running shit on, like, you're going to have a process ID most likely running some bullshit, and you don't want that, because you're going to try to start up a web server, an Nginx web server. So let's go ahead and take care of business here. What we're going to do is we'll do this with port 80, and what this is going to do is allow us to check to see if there's anything running on port 80. If there is, what we would do, or really what we would see, is something similar to this. This is your process ID over on the right. So if you ran this and looked and seen something for port 80, then you're going to want to task kill that forcefully doing this But for this PID, you just swap that in there. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, I'm sorry. I tried to be a little bit helpful. But let's just go ahead and check what Docker version we've got running here. Looks good. We're running stable. We're going to go ahead and do Docker PS. It's going to be empty because, well, even my Docker images, those are empty because I removed all the images I was messing around with. But I'm starting pretty much where you're going to be starting at. But I'm going to skip over like Ubuntu. Maybe, yeah, I don't really want to get Ubuntu. If you want to come in here and play around with Docker, get Ubuntu, go ahead. I do recommend it. I think that would be a great idea for you to mess with. But for the sake of example, we're going to come in here and just start up an Nginx server. So it's going to go ahead and grab this. We're downloading the Nginx web server. And there we go. So we should be able to go to localhost. So what we'll do then is there. Perfect. So now we've got Nginx here, which is wonderful. That's nice. We did get that to work. So now if we do Docker images, we should have Nginx there. And if we do Docker PS, we're going to have the Nginx daemon running in there. So that is good. That's exactly what we wanted. And now it looks like, yeah, it details that is running. So we can set up tab completion in PowerShell. That's pretty cool. Did not really know that. Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, overall, this is a great introduction. I am super excited. Oh, man. We can even set up shared drives. Jesus. This is cool, man. This is really cool. There's so much going on here that you can mess around with and get going. I'm so excited, man. One thing that I am probably most excited about is that you can literally just, if you wanted to, you can toss up a TS3 server. Here, let me show you really quick. All right, if this works, I'm going to go totally crazy, man. All right, let's do a Docker PS. Nice, so we have a TS3 server running in Docker, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and try launching my TS3 client and connect in to see if it works. What in the world, dude? Holy
Microphone
fuck.
muted.
Wow, Docker.
Sound muted.
Dude. Jesus, Docker is so fucking cool. I love Docker.